Alrighty, here we go with some big arms. Little bend of the knees, open and close. Pull the belly button in, arch the spine, rounding and extending, getting those knees into it a little bit. 2 more like that. And then on the next one, we'll come down, we'll roll through a cat. Inhale through a turkey, roll through a cat. Inhale through a turkey, big deep breath in, and we step touch. Keep that going. In a moment, we'll take 2 steps to our right. In 4, 3, 2, here you go. And then we stay right here with that step touch again. We're going to bring that into a bicep curl, step touch. Keep those biceps going, toe in front. Keep that going, but change the arms up in the air, pull down. Keep the arms the same, but knee lift. And then up and over you go. In a moment, we'll stay on the right and double time. In 4, 3, 2, here you go. Last 2, and step touch. We're going to take 2 to the left in 4, 3, 2, here you go. Stay here, step touch only. This time, palms face back or down, and we press back triceps. And then keep the arms going, toes in front. Keep the toes going, arms pull down. And then add that knee lift. As you're ready, up and over you go. In a moment, we'll stay on the left and double time in 4, 3, 2, here you go. Last 2, and step touch. Roll those shoulders. Leave those legs wide. Give me a little dip in the middle. Hands on your thighs. Good. And then settle in the middle. Let that upper body just roll a little bit side to side. And then drop that right shoulder in. Look over your left. Back through center. Drop the left shoulder in. Look over your right. Press everything open. Roll again. Inhale to open. Roll it again. Inhale, open. Big deep breath in. Relax that down. Grab your ball between your calves, underneath your knees, above your ankles, and then walk your feet in till you have a nice squeeze on that ball. Spine nice and tall, ribs pulled in. You just go into simple calf raises. Try and give me a little pause at the top, and then lower gently. You can stay here. You could add some arms if you wanted. Whatever you want. Last one, just hold it up, doesn't matter how far, just try and stay up on those tippy toes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax that down. Just put that on your hip for a second. Sit back with your right leg, lunge with your left. Get a nice calf stretch. So from your ankle and your heel to your head, long straight line. Bend that knee, take a little deeper. Roll up on the toes, turn them out. Bring the hip with you though. Lunge and bend. Roll it up, toe in, heel out. Lunge it and bend it. Roll it up. Left leg goes back, toes point straight ahead, lunge into that right leg. Bend that knee. Roll up on the toes, toes turn out, heel turns in, lunge it and bend it. And then toe in, heel out, lunge it and bend it. Beautiful. All right, this time the ball goes between our quads. You'll want to have your chair, probably the back of the chair facing you. Whatever. And then you're coming up on your tippy toes again. Knees are come forward as you slide down an imaginary wall. So tailbone stays long, knees are come forward. Give that ball a really good squeeze all the way down, all the way up. Release at the top and then squeeze down and squeeze up. You can hold on to the chair if you don't need to. You can do arm movement. You can hold with one hand, do arm with the other, whatever you like. Last 2. The last one, leave it down, give it a squeeze, 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 squeeze. And relax. And then we'll take a quick quad stretch. So again, stepping back with that right leg, tuck the hip under, bend into it. Maybe that right arm goes up behind you, a little bit to the left if you like. And bring that down. Sit back with your left leg, tuck the hip under, drop into it. Left arm can go up, maybe reaching behind and a little bit other way. Beautiful. Bring it up. All right. Ball behind your left leg. Knees are together, but you want to make sure that left leg is a little further back than the right. Right knee is bent, abs in, grow tall, squeeze the ball. Keep the knees together, just hamstring curl, but this hamstring curl is with those knees together. So you might feel that a little bit more medially, those inner hamstrings. 4, 3, 2, keep the squeeze, lift that leg to the side. Staying strong in that right leg, nice and bent. Keeping that left knee just slightly behind the right. Keeping that tight squeeze. One more time, we lift it up. And here, in that position, we squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hopefully feeling that out here. And relax. Let's give that a little bit of love. So bend the right knee, left leg out. Point those toes, spine long, try not to round, but extend. Roll those toes up, spin them out and down. Lift them up again, spin them in, and lift that up. All right, other side. So now that ball goes behind your right leg. Knees are together. We're going to start with that hamstring curl again, squeezing, squeezing. A little bend in that left knee. Ouch. Beautiful. Keep the squeeze as you lift up to the side. Keep that going. And then leg up, give it that squeeze. And relax. And then we'll step forward with that right leg, bend the left knee, tailbone long, spine long. Roll the toes up, spin them out, bring them down. Back up again, other way, toes turn in. And bring that up. All right, ball behind your right knee. And you're at your chair, lots of bend in that left knee. And you want to find that long spine in your body. Pull the abs into support. Flex through the heel, press the heel to the sky. Now all you're going to do is change it to a pointed toe. And relax. We're going to stretch that hip out so your right leg crosses the left. Send that tailbone back behind you. Long spine, little arch, tailbone up, and then tuck it under, and then send it out again, and stand it up. And we'll bring that ball behind the left leg, bend the right knee, find that long extended position, flex through the heel, and press it to the sky. And then point the toe, same thing. And bring that up. We'll cross that left ankle over the right thigh, bend the right knee, extend that tailbone out nice and long. And then roll it under and extend it out again. And stand it up. We're going back to that ball between your thighs. Toes are a little bit turned out here. And this time we're going to keep that squeeze on the ball, but we're going to let the booty sit back and squeeze in as we come up. Sit it back and squeeze in as we come up. We're going to add on, serve your platter, pull it back. Serve your platter, pull it back. If you feel that in your knees uncomfortably, parallel your feet. Last two. Challenge yourself to go down as far as you can this time. Walk your feet a little closer. Pull that booty in, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball, squeeze the ball. 4, 3, 2, listen up. Squeeze the ball, sit an inch, sit an inch, sit an inch, sit an inch, sit an inch. Put them together, squeeze and sit, squeeze and sit, squeeze and sit. Ouch. Squeeze and sit, squeeze and sit. 2 more, squeeze and sit, squeeze and sit. Bring that up. All right. Woo. Turn your left toes out. Send that tailbone back. We'll hamstring again for a moment. With this leg turned out, maybe a touch of inner thigh. And as you come up, cross that over the opposite leg and press the hips so that you get that stretch on the outer hip. Keep this there, but widen your stance. Left leg forward, right leg back. Turn it out. Sit down into it. Roll through a cat. Inhale through a cow. Keep the right knee bent. Left leg getting a stretch. Arm up, 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 up. Reach, 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 and bring it up. And then hopefully the other side. Bend that left knee. Stretch that right leg out. Stand it up. Cross it over. Arms to the right. Arm to the right. And then separate those feet. Turn out at back. Roll through cat. Inhale through cow. Beautiful. And bring that up. Shake that out. All right, we're going to bring that ball right in front of us. Hands, squeeze the ball. Straight arms, release, squeeze, squeeze. Just a little bit of arm work here, kind of static position. If you prefer, you are welcome to go to a wide stance and sit down, and then you can either stay down or you can come up and down with the squeezing. Nice straight arms. You're going to feel a little shoulder. You're probably going to feel a little bit of forearm, maybe some bicep, maybe a tiny bit of tricep. Again, you can move up and down or you can stay down. You can always come up on those tippy toes if you want. Last time, we're going to stay down and just squeeze the ball for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that down, roll those shoulders out. Take those palms, flex them opposite directions, and open that chest. Reaching those fingertips behind you, feel that stretch. Drop those arms, crisscross one over the other, pull them down. Look and see which wrist is in front. Switch it around. And then relax that. Shoulders out of your ears. All right, so we are heading down to the ground with the ball, of course. And we're going to do just a tiny bit more booty. So that ball is behind your right leg again. You want to find yourself on all fours. Pull the abs in, pull the ribs in. So nice neutral spine. And then we're going to lift that leg to the outside and bring it in as if you're going pigeon to the outside and bring it in. So that it rotates open, dives in. This is that figure 8 move we do sometimes. We usually do it standing. Last time, leave it up and bring it down. We'll stretch that in just a second. Meanwhile, bring that ball behind your left leg, square it up, support this, rotate that leg open, dive it in, rotate it open, dive it in. Two more. And last one. Ooh, bring that down. You're going to step forward with your right leg and let it be out to the side a little bit. Take a moment here, just try not to round your back too much, so sit up as needed. And then start to kind of crab walk that leg across your body. Doesn't have to be intense at all. And then you can start to drop down. You can have that ball there to give your legs some support to get that outer hip stretch. And you want to be nice and tall through your spine. Some of you will be able to hinge forward, but it's not a drop and round. Beautiful. Bring that up. And we're going to do the other side. So that left leg comes out to the side. Take a moment, shift your weight onto the right knee. Feel that. And then crab walk that foot across your mat. And then let that ball support you in a tall position. Again, you can hinge, but you don't want to drop in round. And then gently roll off that ball and bring it behind you, supporting yourself at your tailbone, a little bit below your sacrum. And then give it that hinge back for our roll downs. And that should feel pretty comfortable on the back because we've got that support of the ball. Make sure that your abs are pulled in, the ribs are pulled down, and then add an arm if you want, low, medium, high, or overhead. Exhale, as you come up, you're not going to come all the way up because we don't want to lose that ball. Inhale at the top. Exhale to hinge back, doing something with your arms for a little extra challenge, lowering those hands to move. Inhaling at the top and the bottom, something with your arms at each end. Just a few more. And then on this next one, we'll stay back. We'll do something with our arms. We'll hold, pull the abs in, pull the ribs down, head in line with your spine, holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Move the ball. So now it's kind of underneath your low back, bottom of the ribs maybe. So you're still propped up. And then hug the knees in. And then see if you can lift them into tabletop. And then you're going to use your arms for support. Option to start moving those knees side to side from this position with the knees together and the toes where you can see them. You can give it a little kick at the end for the can, or you keep the legs straight in a pendulum. I'm going to definitely stay here today. You don't want those knees to move away from your chest, right? So wherever you started is where they stay. Couple more. And relax. Then we're going to roll that ball one more time, this time to between the shoulder blades. Fingertips to the edges of the skull. You're avoiding crisscrossing your fingers. Drop your head into a neutral position by nodding yes, and then see if you can stretch those elbows so they almost touch the ground. Excuse me, big stretch across your chest. The chin is not going to move up and down. It's going to stay about an orange or an apple's width away. If you don't get vertigo, you're going to allow your head to drop back, staying in that same position, and then you're going to press the ribs into the ball to lift your head neutral. Inhale up and over, that's what we call negative, and back to neutral. Up and over you go, and back to neutral. If you want more challenge, you create a longer lever, crisscross at the wrists, cradle the head in between your arms. And then we're going to come back to that first position. We are going to crisscross for a minute, give your neck a little quick stretch, and then back to that open position. This time, you're going to come up maybe an inch and rotate toward the screen. Come back to center, drop up and over, come back to neutral, maybe an inch higher, and rotate away. Back to center. Up and over you go, center, and keep that going. And last time, back to center. And this time you get to move that ball out from under you. Let's just bring it between the thighs, arms out into a T position. Take a moment, relax. Back of the neck is nice and long. Then we're going to walk our big toes to touch. Walk the heels in, and then squeeze the ball. Squeeze the ball. A little more inner thigh work, squeezing, squeezing. While you're here, bring your fingertips to your abs and notice if when you squeeze the ball, there's a little extra tension on those low abs. 2 more times, and then squeeze it all and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then you keep that ball there, hands on your thighs, exhale to squeeze as you go into the ab breath, inhale, arms up and over, and exhale down, inhale at the bottom. Exhale to lift, inhale to squeeze and reach, and exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale to lift, inhale to squeeze and reach. You can always keep your head down, of course, nodded yes, linking through those fingers, get that inner thigh action. 2 more. Last one, squeeze it, reach overhead, hold 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, soles of the feet come together, passive inner thigh stretch. And then use your hands to bring that up. Bring that ball between your hands. Knees go tabletop, deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, arms and legs opposite directions, double leg stretch, squeeze the ball, tap the knees, squeeze and reach, tap the knees. Option, you could hand that ball off, not by bringing your knees in, but by lifting up to those knees, and then you go get the ball the next time. And final option, if you wanted to, you come up to those tabletop knees, roll the ball forward and back, and then extend. Don't have to do those add-ons, it's totally up to you. And then whatever you're doing, last one, we're gonna hold in that extended position. If you've got it between your arms, squeeze between your arms. If you have it between your legs, squeeze between your legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And once again, quick little inner thigh stretch. And then bring the ball over to your right, lift your legs up, walk the legs nice and wide so that the feet are wider than your mat. Let the knees drop so that the right leg lands on the ball, left knee is hovering in space. Now, if you want, try to reverse it and let that ball give support for the left leg. You figure out which one feels better to you. Should be a hip flexor stretch. And then as you lift up, bring the ball to the left. Left leg rests on it, right leg hangs out in space. If you prefer, let the left leg go down and bring the ball underneath the right thigh for a little support. And then back through center, legs back in tabletop, ball on the right thigh. Exhale, press against the ball, but resist with that thigh. Left toes point. This is our single leg stretch, but with that isometric hold, you're trying to smash the ball. Inhale, switch it to the left leg, point to the right. Inhale, switch, exhale, reach. Inhale to switch, and exhale to reach. And relax. Bring that ball behind your hamstrings, hug the back, or hug the knees in, relax the back. And then we're going to leave the legs tabletop and put the ball on our rib cage, hands down, nod your head yes, toe touch exercise. As always, be a heel flex. It could be legs together, heels, knees and toes open. Or of course you can go long lever, single leg, or double. It sounds like I rushed through those because this is first option of 3. Come back to center, pivot the knees apart, heels together, bring the ball between your knees, give it a squeeze, ribs stay flat, maybe keep your fingers there, and try toe touch or heel flex actually here. You could, of course, slide it up your legs, Make it that longer lever, a little more challenge. And then we're going to do one more option. But remember, you have these two options. If you don't like this last one, when the tailbone comes up and that ball goes underneath your tailbone, hands are down, legs are tabletop, abs in, ribs flat. So again, it could be a toe touch or a heel flex. They won't actually touch the ground. It could be double leg toe touch. It could be long lever, single leg, or double leg. It can be that wide angle. So you know all the different options, all that we've gone through already. But adding on, can you lift your hands off the ball? Sorry, off the ground. And then find your option. And then bridge up. And once again, we're going to go into that stretch we did before. Right knee drops in, this time left leg drops open. Feel free to use the ball for support if you like. Come on back up through center. And this time, left knee drops in, right knee drops open. While you're there, I was going to tell you to roll onto your right side, but that might maybe make you face away from me. So roll to face me. If that was your right side, that's awesome. If not, don't worry about it. And then we'll come up onto our elbows. Shoulder pushes back, lift up out of it, engage your lats. You're going to have that ball handy as we go into our side plank, because always you might have all 10 toes off the ground. You might be here. You might have the top leg in front, or you might be stacked up. And then the ball taps wherever it just barely touches your body. You give it a little love and get off of it. A little love and get off of it. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny move. Now, you guys have been with me for a long time. You know what's next is the balance. If that doesn't work for you, you can continue to do this. You can take a break and come back to it. If you're going to try to balance, again, you want to be good to your shoulder, press back, lift up out of it. Bottom foot goes on first with the ankle, leaving a lot of space for the arch of that top foot. And then up you go if you like. Whenever you feel ready, you can come down. And then we go to the other side. Once again, elbow under shoulder. You want to push it back, lift up out of it, engage those lats. Side of the thigh, all 10 toes up. Straddle or stack. And then ball at that hip or thigh. Little love and off. Up and down. Tiny move. And relax. Move that out of the way. Come back to that if you prefer. If you want to do the balance. Bottom ankle first. Top leg. Arch of the foot. Oops. And bring it up. And whenever you want to, come on down. When you get there, mosey on over onto your abs, please. The ball is going to be in front of your mat. Let's take a moment to find our format here. Lift one leg up, stretch it long, feel it reach from the hip. Point the toes as you come down. Leave the quadricep engaged so the kneecap is lifted. With the other leg, point it, bring it down. So toes are pushing in, kneecaps are lifted. Now press the pubic bone down and lift the belly button. And then your hands are going to come on top of the ball. And you're just going to gently press up just an inch. Roll the ball towards you in a way, keeping it straight arms. So we're not bending and straightening the arms. It's just shoulder blade work. And then relax. We'll add on to that. Once again, toes are down, knees are lifted, pubic bone presses, belly button in, slide the ball back, and then roll up a bit, and then slide it down. Start with that shrug out of your ears, lift it up, and stroke it forward. Press it down, roll it back, and forward. And relax. And then we're just going to press back, self stretch. You can use that ball and use up a little extra space if you like. And then as you come forward, that ball comes into the middle of your mat, and your belly button rests on it. Elbows right underneath you. This already kind of puts us almost in that pre-plank position. All we have to do is lift so that we're just hovering above that ball. You just want to imagine that the aura of the ball is all that you're touching. Or roll onto the tops of your thighs, both toes straight up in the air. Or tuck those toes, press into your full plank. And again, whichever position you're in, it's just like I'm wearing a sweater, so it's barely touching that bar or that ball. And then relax down. And this time we'll let those legs windshield wiper side to side. So wide knees. And then relax. All right, we're going to flip over onto our spine. As you lie down, hug those knees into your chest. Make sure you bring your ball with you. And you can bring that ball behind your calves and hamstrings for a moment. Get some movement through those hips. And then go the other way. And then roll that ball just behind your right leg. And give it a nice hug in. And draw big circles. And go the other way. And then cross that right ankle over the left thigh. You're still holding the ball. Just give it a press open. Come back to center. So holding that ball, hug that knee in, pull those toes back. Maybe you play with your feet a little bit, get movement through those toes. And then use your left hand to push the ball up against your right side so that you can pull those toes back, point flex, side to side, circle. And then straighten the leg out. Ball behind the hamstring, flex through that heel. Get the leg as straight as possible. Straighten out the left leg, flex through that heel. Push the right hamstring into the hands, but resist. And release that. And then nice and easy, lay that down. Maybe it feels 10 inches longer. Bend both knees again. Ball behind the left leg. With a nice squeeze in. With some movement. And then bring it across, so holding it on. And bring it in. Get that knee close. Reach down, grab those toes with your hands. Move them. And then use your left hand to pull back, right hand to press the ball. Get movement through that foot and ankle. And then back to center, flex through that heel. And how straight can you get the leg? Press the right leg out, flex through the right heel. Push the left hamstring into the hands and the ball. Release it. Gently lower and take a moment. You can place your ball over on the left side, bend both knees again. Right ankle crosses the left thigh, press it open. As you do that, notice if you press away, the left hip might come up. So push the left hip down, press the right leg open, and try and do both at the same time. And then go ahead and thread your needle, reaching for the hamstring or the shin. And as always, the more you bend the elbows, the deeper the stretch. Try and keep your shoulders down, back of the head down. Left foot on the ground, right knee crosses over. Aim that ball so that when you drop your knees to the left, the right knee will end up on it. So kind of a supported twist here. You could play with bringing the ball even closer or moving it completely away, depending on what you're looking for today. And then press back to center and uncross. Move the ball over to your right, cross the ankle over, press it away, and then press it away as you pull the right hip down. Thread your needle. And then right foot on the ground, left knee crosses over. And you're gonna let your knees drop. Knee lands. If you like that, stay there. You can move that ball closer in or move it out of the way completely. And then press up through center, across that leg, mosey way over to your hands and knees, squeeze. And we'll undulate forward and back. Hands right underneath you, tuck the toes, press up, walk it out. Wide stance, bend your knees, hands on your thighs, roll cat, and inhale cow. Big deep breath in, and the other way. Thank you guys.